Opposition leader Freeman Mbowe has been attacked by unknown assailants in Dodoma. Outgoing president of Burundi, Pierre Nkurunziza, has died of a heart attack. And in sports, the Tanzania Cricket Association has finalized preparations for the ICC Under-19 Boys qualifiers to be held in August this year. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's start things off with the national news. The leader of the opposition camp in Parliament and chairman of Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo Chadema, Freeman Mbowe, has been attacked by unknown assailants last night near his residence.
Wanaendelea kufanya uchunguzi.
They are going on with the investigation, and in this regard, I cannot tell you how badly he's been hurt.
Siwezi kueleza labda kwamba ameumia kiasi gani. Kwa hiyo kikubwa tu tuwaombe wanachadema.
I ask Chadema party members and Tanzanians to be patient and to keep praying for him.
Pia kupanga kumfanyia upasuaji wa mifupa.
He is stable except that he is experiencing some pain. This incident is just like any other incident and is being investigated.
The leadership of Chadema has called on the police force to conduct an in-depth investigation into the attack and injury of the leader of the opposition camp in Parliament and chairman of the party, Freeman Mbowe, which occurred last night while he was near his home.
What I can say to the press is Honorable Freeman Mbowe was not alone when this was taking place. Who was with him and what they saw, we shall inform you later. We're making a follow-up from the information we've gathered so far. The government and the House of Parliament should have secured the area used by leaders, such as in CCTV cameras and other areas.
The outgoing president of Burundi, Pierre Nkurunziza, has died of a heart attack at the age of 55 years. According to a government statement, President Nkurunziza had attended a volleyball match on Saturday afternoon and was taken to Karuzi Hospital that evening after falling ill on Monday. His condition deteriorated. He then suffered a heart attack. In power since 2005, President Nkurunziza was due to be replaced in August by political ally Evariste Ndayishimiye, who was declared earlier this month the winner of the May 20th presidential election. The Minister of Works, Transport and Communications, Engineer Isaac Kamwelwe, has said the crisis at the border of Namanga between Tanzania and Kenya, as well as that of Rusumo between Tanzania and Rwanda, has been caused by failure of officials from the countries to adhere to the agreements reached by the leaders on transportation of goods.
Siku nyingi pale mpakani na huduma hakuna. Kuna mambo mengine mengi.
A lot of time is spent at the border with no access to service, amongst other things. I had a meeting with transporters, bus owners and drivers, so we are in the process of meeting for the second time.
Na baada ya kuziona katibu mkuu wangu akaziweka kwenye maandishi vizuri, kwa hiyo tuko kwenye process ya kukutana tena mara ya pili.
The government has said it is continuing to address complaints of lorry drivers stranded at Namanga border. For 2 weeks now, transportation of goods between Tanzania and Kenya has halted, a problem that was a result of disagreements between officials from the health sector from Kenya and Tanzania on testing of the coronavirus.
Kwa hiyo leo nimekuja kuambia poleni, lakini nimekuja kuambia serikali.
The government will work to resolve this matter. You must also remember that a directive had already been issued by our president and the other presidents. From the 29th, they started to perform additional tests, claiming that the test that was carried out and certified in Tanzania was incorrect. This has raised a lot of complaints from all stakeholders.
Tumekuwa tukipima upande wa Kenya
I was tested in Kenya and I was informed that I have corona. I've been here for 2 weeks already.
The police force in Kagera region has killed 7 people alleged to be robbers who were found in possession of an AK-47 with 11 bullets as well as a hand grenade. The suspects were hiding within Nyamalagala forest in Rusaunga division, Biharamulo district, while preparing to engage in criminal activities.
Wenye silaha walikuwa wamejiorganize wako ndani ya maeneo ya mapoli haya.
Armed criminals were hiding in the bush, ready to hijack vehicles. After the police received intelligence, they prepared and set a trap. And at 3 a.m., when they realized that a trap had been set for them, there was a fire exchange.
And a new type of pests of the worm family, whose origin is unknown, have invaded and destroyed sunflower, beans and cashew nut farms in Namanyele town, Kasi district, Rukwa region, causing major loss to farmers.
Ni kama kuna wadudu wengi sana wameshambulia, wameingia, wanashambulia.
We're not able to identify the type. I don't think this year we will harvest any sunflower seeds.
Kutokana na hawa wadudu.
Baada ya kupata hizi taarifa kutoka kwa maafisa kilimo wetu kutoka,
we've advised farmers to use recommended pesticide.
Na kwa sababu kwa ujumla sisi hatuwezi kumshauri mkulima kuhusiana na kiuatilifu gani kama mdudu ni mpya hajulikani.
We cannot recommend what type of pesticide to be used on a type of pest that has not been seen before, in case it causes more problems. However, we will be conducting a research.
The second Vice President of Zanzibar, Ambassador Saif Ali Eid, has said that the government is determined to complete construction of the new airport in Zanzibar this year, as there is sufficient funds for the project. The new airport is expected to have state-of-the-art equipment and will have the capacity to provide services to over 1 million passengers and help improve the tourism sector as well as increase government revenue. And that's all for the national news. International news is next. In international news, 127 more people have tested positive for coronavirus in Kenya, bringing the tally to 2,989 cases. Health Cabinet Administrative Secretary Rashid Aman said 2,247 samples were tested in the last 24 hours, and that among the new cases, 124 are Kenyans, while 3 are foreigners.
Today we have recorded 127 positives from a test pool of 2,247 samples. This now brings the total of confirmed positive cases to 2,989 from 100,683 samples tested so far, and the cumulative number of recoveries to 873. We would have wished to be discharging more patients than admitting. This, however, is not the case for today, because we have discharged 24 people who have recovered from the disease over the last 24 hours.
The National Task Force has given guidance to counties to identify and equip quarantine and isolation facilities in each county. And there has been a team that has been going out to assess and ascertain the status of these isolation and quarantine facilities.
79 Rwandan nationals have been deported from Uganda after being illegally detained detained there for varying periods. A handover ceremony took place at Gagitumba, one-stop post between Rwanda and Uganda, and was overseen by immigration officials from both countries. It was also witnessed by officers from Rwanda National Police and Defense Force.
I was hit by something on my head. I couldn't think straight. I was robbed my house and other properties. They came and arrested me when I was working at the factory. Then they took me to the prison.
Member of Parliament and musician Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known as Bobby Wine, has reiterated that he will vie against President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda in the elections next year. This follows reports on social media stating that he had decided to pull out of the presidential contest.
There was a suggestion that I had removed myself from the race to the White House. This is not true. Just like I had spoken to my followers and the nation at large, I will be fighting for the presidential seat against President Museveni.
That's where we leave off with international news. We'll be back with business news after this break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production, infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Now in business news. The government is committed to expand communication services in peripheral areas of the country, particularly in rural parts, so that residents can access essential communication services as well as attract investors in such areas.
To enable every Tanzanian to receive communication services, the government promises to engage fully all stakeholders so every Tanzanian has access. We are here to ensure that the two government institutions, one giving dividend and the other receiving it, so as to fulfill our responsibilities.
Mradi huu tutakapokamilisha utaleta tija katika kuchangia maendeleo ya wananchi.
Once completed, this project will act as a catalyst, contributing in the development of our people and the nation at large.
Tekeleza miradi mbalimbali ya ujenzi.
Mkomazi National Park in Sama District, Manjaro region is finalizing preparations for tourists to visit the park and see rhinos, which include communication infrastructure and lodging for the tourists.
We've renovated accommodation for visitors. Our park has the Big Five. Very soon we shall begin rhino tourism.
Nimefanikiwa kutembelea hifadhi ya taifa ya Mkomazi.
I've visited previously, but now I've come with friends. We were delighted that some improvements have been made. I welcome my fellow Tanzanians to come and visit this park too.
Barley farmers in the country are expected to start benefiting from the crop after getting a reliable market from an investor who has established a processing plant in Dodoma.
Tunakubaliana kurudisha zao na kuendelea kugrow polepole wakati uwekezaji mkubwa unafanyika wapi? Dodoma. Na sisi upande wa serikali kama Wizara ya Kilimo, we are in support ya mradi unaowekwa hapa Dodoma wa dola milioni 42. Kwa hiyo tutaendelea kuchakata ndani ya serikali kuweza kufanya mradi huo uweze kutekelezeka.
That's all for business news. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment of going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's being dragged through to second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lem.
And now in sports. The Tanzania Cricket Association has finished preparations for the ICC Under-19 Boys Qualifiers, which are scheduled to take place in August of this year.
Maandalizi zote ziko tayari. Hata vile ilipangwa August.
We're done with preparation. We had even the plan to host a tournament this August, and all the preparations have been finalized. We are only waiting for the ICC to announce the new calendar anytime, either next year or December.
The Dar es Salaam Basketball Technical Committee plans to resume the regional league on July 4th, with the format to be discussed this weekend.
The day before yesterday, we had a meeting as the technical committee, which involves I, the president, and the managing director. We had a short meeting and decided that the Dar es Salaam League will officially start on the 4th. We decided that, and we have already announced. We expect to sit with the clubs this Saturday to figure out how we are going to play.
Chelsea have contacted Bayer Leverkusen about signing Kai Havertz this summer and hope to field the Germany winger alongside Timo Werner, who has agreed to join from RB Leipzig.
Havertz, rated as one of the best young players in the Bundesliga, is being pursued by several top clubs, and Chelsea are expected to face intense competition from Bayern Munich, Manchester United and Real Madrid. Frank Lampard is keen to reshape his forward line, and he wants to add the 20-year-old, even though Chelsea are close to a £53 million deal for Werner and have signed Hakim Ziyech for £37 million from Ajax. Chelsea know there is ground to make up on Liverpool and Manchester City after going 2 windows without signings, and have seen an opportunity to make decisive early moves, while rivals are deciding how much to spend following the disruption caused by the coronavirus pandemic. It could be a cautious market this summer, and if Bayern, United and Real delay over Havertz, the path could be clear for Lampard to move in.
Madrid's mayor said that the Spanish capital is in talks about hosting the Champions League final if UEFA decides to move it from Istanbul owing to the coronavirus crisis.
This year's showpiece was scheduled to be played at Istanbul's Ataturk Stadium on 30th of May until the competition was postponed at the last 16 stage in March. No official announcement has been made about whether the rearranged final will take place in Turkey. The New York Times reported it will not be held in Istanbul, and alternative venues were being considered. UEFA, which declined to comment on Almeida's remarks, said a variety of options were being looked at, adding that an executive committee meeting on 17th of June will provide more clarity.
Australia and New Zealand are now in a 3-horse race to host the 2023 Women's World Cup after Brazil withdrew their bid.
The The South American giants announced on Tuesday their withdrawal after it was deemed economic support from government and private entities could not be guaranteed. In a statement, the Brazilian Football Confederation (CBF) said economic concerns related to the COVID-19 crisis were a primary factor in the bid being withdrawn. Brazil's withdrawal means Australia and New Zealand are bidding to host the tournament, along with Asian heavyweights Japan and another South American nation, Colombia. The winning bid will be decided by an online meeting on the FIFA Council on 25th of June.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to bring you this bulletin, my name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching and have a good night.